So the reason we came out here is Kendall has to go babysit in just a couple minutes, so she's gonna come out here with me. But I have to get the chains out of the back of the car so I can put them on so I can get to work.
All right, so there's a couple key things to note before you get started trying to put on your chains. So one of them is when you put these chains on, you have to have no tangles. And so what I mean by that is when you lift this up, you want everything to fall down on it, all right? You don't want something like this where if you lift this up, okay, if you lift up your chain, all of a sudden it's wrapped over the top of it. See how it's wrapped over the top right there? Can't have that, that's a no-no. So when you lower your chain down, it's gotta be completely unburied, completely free of any tangles right here. So that way, when you put this around the backside of your tire, okay, and then you start to stretch this thing out, you're not gonna have any tangles in this right here, right? Because this is gonna stretch out, and these parts are gonna stretch over your tire. Imagine your tire's gonna sit on that. So if you have any tangles in there, one, it's not gonna get tight when you go to tighten it up. And two, it might break because it's gonna put too much stress on a chain, because it's gonna be pulling in areas that it's not supposed to be pulling in, and it might lock up on it and snap it. So, just gotta make sure that before I get started, I got all that untangled. This one looks pretty good so far, and when I get to the second one, I'll have to do the same thing. Okay, I've got the tire unburied, and then we got our instructions going on here. Nice thing is, this is pretty cool. Never realized this, but they put the instructions in plastic. Duh, pretty smart if you're out here working in the snow. So I've already got step 1 done. On to step 2. All right, step 2's done. I got the wire behind the tire like it says. Got it hooked up here. Now it's just a matter of step 3. You're gonna be connecting this and then pulling it tight. Got the last step done. So what we had to do was come around here, hook the red chain up and through, pull tight as you can get it, and then back through here, and then I went up and hooked up over there. Now, the issue is though, is that this was supposed to go through here and through here if you can. Now I did that, obviously I can get it through, but then the next hardest part was I was supposed to go over to about this area here, and I just couldn't get the chain to move. It would only go right here, which is good. I mean, it's tight. You want it to be tight. But they said that you can only use one if you have to, but they'd prefer it if you use 2. So we'll just have to start with 1 and see where we end up. Okay, so I'm on the second tire here. Got it around, got it hooked up on top. That's step 2. So step 3 is hooking this bottom part up. Now, I wanted to point out real quick that you are gonna get wet, you're gonna get dirty when you're putting these on. There's just no way around it. But one thing you need to make sure is, as much as possible here, under your tire, into the crease of your tire right here, where it's meeting the ground, you wanna make sure that that's clear so that chain can get in there as best possible. So that way when you do tighten this up, it's actually gonna get tight. All right, now obviously you guys are gonna have different kinds of chains. It may not be like this. Let's see what you wanna do. So you can have that piece in there. You want that tight right there. And then you want that piece tight right there. This one, right under there, as snug as possible. So then, when you loop it through, and I'm doing this one-handed, so obviously I'm gonna redo this, but I just want you to get the visual. If I can get that to go through there. Square peg through a round hole. Rectangular peg through a round hole. Thank goodness it's rubber. There we go. So yeah, it's gonna pull tight right there on this little doohickey. And then you're supposed to, like I said, go through that second one and then stretch back across, but I can't make that reach. So I gotta pull this up here. Now it's not going all the way right now. Obviously you see there's a big gap in there. So I've got to readjust and kind of move it around, and then I can go back and hook it up.
All right, so the next thing I got to do is drive the car for about 15 feet, because the reason that you want to do that is because you need to adjust the chains. They're gonna settle, they're gonna move, they're gonna shift while you're driving. And so what you're supposed to do is drive it about 10-15 feet so that they adjust, and then try to reconnect or readjust those. That is the very hard part right there, because more than likely that chain is not going to want to move. And of course, depending on where your wheel is, you may not be able to kind of unhook something and rehook it. So this is going to be the test.
So right now he's trying. He got just got more snow. I mean, he's doing it. This is, oh, good golly.
Just stop.
Good golly. This is our accumulation of snow. He's trying to make some tracks.
Okay, so I just, I don't know if Lainey filmed it or not, but I just moved the car
Yeah.
the 10-15 feet, and then I moved it back into the driveway. And this is the reason why you do this. So I had this on here. This was a struggle to get this thing tight. And now look at it. Right, it's loose. That's the reason that you drive back and forth, so that you can readjust this. So now what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to unhook it and go through that second red one like they were supposed to, and then come back up, and then we'll see if they can make that work. Okay, so I readjusted it. I got through the second loop here, got it nice and tight. It's actually maybe a little too tight. It's pulling real good right here. But I went up, hooked it on, and see, not loose anymore. So that's what you're looking for.